you're just joining us, you may have missed a dominant performance from 100 Thieves. A 13-3 finish over Envy. Simo Mbala about to dive into Ascent, which was selected by 100 Thieves in the first place, which means I think we're going to a deadly territory if you're an Envy fan.
Absolutely. 100 Thieves has been well known for how they've developed their Ascent, and the last times they've played it throughout this tournament, they've only gotten better. Envy, on the other hand, you know, maybe they're trying things out, maybe they're having a little bit of fun because, yeah, they definitely went for something different here. Maybe they returned to that Astra Mame, that thing we were talking about so much in the pre-show before that game. But yeah, Bind, that was a different story entirely.
You know, you can appreciate the ideology that Envy was bringing into the composition. You've got a lot of initiating tools. It's an easy tool to deal with Asuna, to deal with maybe some of the aggressive peaks from Steel or Nitro, wherever they were respectively, because those did come through. But really, the story there was that maybe only 1 or 2 rounds out of the 13 that 100 Thieves won, or out of really the 16 that were played, did Asuna get really in trouble. Other than that, he was winning those duels, he was winning those contentions, and the utility that was used was often too much, and they didn't have enough to actually take the site later on.
What is this 30% headshot versus 18? They go for the one taps, that's for sure. You talked about Asuna versus Victor, and this is one that's going to be really interesting because I've been watching and seeing how this switch for Asuna on Ascent to Phoenix has been for him, opposed to what he's been doing with Raze, where we saw a lot of those slow orb combos with Nitro. This time around, they have the flashes. A lot of people were clamoring, saying, oh, we need the flashes for you guys to have this comp work out at all. But in any case, there it is. It was MVP versus MVP. And while they ended up going down, 276 combat score for Victor, 14 kills, he was keeping tabs and keeping close with Asuna.
Yeah, you know, the thing is about Ascent is that it might not be the story of Victor versus Asuna. I feel like for 100 Thieves, it's a bigger story for how they play the map with Ethan and Nitro, how they set up the utility, how Steel, you know, stays comfortable on B main for defense, how he kind of lurks forward. It's a little bit less of a focus. You know, maybe the Phoenix is just going to allow Asuna to be a little bit more of a supportive duelist, and kind of be, you know, a human ward, get, you know, intel on where players are, get body peaks and get intel off of that way, and even find maybe a couple of first picks. But really, it feels like more of a story of how the map is played by the IGLs of the team, the big kind of veterans of 100 Thieves. Whereas for Envy, it's still kind of the same thing. It's really still the same players that are bringing in the most important factors to Envy's success.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to see how that all plays out. We are going to Ascent next, like we've been talking about for so long. Let's take a look at the maps once again. Ascent, and then after that, we have Haven. And if we want to see Haven, it's got to be Envy. They're starting off on defense, which might be good for them. They've definitely played well on Ascent, don't get me wrong whatsoever. Xset version 1, they both took those maps quite easily, but they didn't lose one against Ghost Gaming, which you kind of wonder exactly how that all unfolded. But in any case, this is where we're going next. 100 Thieves has been known to play this as their pick for so long.
Yeah, like this is a map that they have kind of called their home, and really a lot of the strategies that they've developed with this singular duelist, this double sentinel, is really kind of the big bread and butter for how this works out. I don't expect any deviation. Do we see Envy deviate once more? That is what we've been waiting to answer, and we're about to find that out. Heading into agent selection for map 2.
Yeah, I think they might, man. I don't know. I'm feeling something from them today. I just think that there's something going on here so far. Yes, Mame back on once again, Omen instead of Astra. But other than that, I think everything is going to be pretty standard from them. Caboose is playing Raze. It's just a matter of what Victor is going to do. No Sage from FNS like we saw on Binds. And it is a Sky from Victor. It is a single duelist from Envy. They are up to something here today.
Yes, they are. You know, the big factor here is, of course, you still have kind of some of the rumblings of the original composition, but Victor off of the Sky, got so much information in that you can now gather. Once you move on to that second half, there's so much more that you can work with, and some of the early information gathering that you're going to do in the early round for defense is really going to potentially thwart 100 Thieves and what they want to do on the attack. Like, this is going to be a very difficult first half, I think, for 100 Thieves, but it's the defense where they really, really shine. Those slow orbs from Ethan, sending them up, you know, delaying some of the pushes that might come through B main being a factor and not letting Envy control the map is going to be a big play once we move on to that second half.
All right, starting on attacker's side. 400 Thieves, you talk about map control and space. That's going to be huge with Asna playing on Phoenix. 100 Thieves definitely goes for double ult control in a lot of situations, but how many times can you get that out and run it back for Asna? Same thing on the other side, but defense has orb disadvantage, I'd say, for sure on Ascent. Kind of evens things out when it comes to actually taking these sites. In either case, map number 2, if 100 Thieves wins, they go on to the grand finals, a potential for them to take the first seed in that grand finals, but no chance of them falling below a second seed if they win that. And also halfway towards that $50,000 prize pool. If Envy win, we go to map 3. If, again, the other way around, Envy goes to play the winner of Xset versus version 1, both of them which Envy has taken down. So I'm not too sure they're worried about anything at all so far, but definitely want to make it easier for them. No more matches today.
Yeah, they don't want to be playing 2 best of 3s. And they're also waiting for their opponent. That's got to be the worst feeling. At least they can scout them out in the worst possible scenario. We've got the map underway. It's the pistol, and we've got our statistics handy. Envy did not win a pistol. They did not win the second round, which is standard, but they didn't win a single gun round either on that third round conversion. So definitely improvements to be made on a map like this as the pistol is underway, and it's a default to start by 100 Thieves. Look at how close they all are. Are they going to anticipate Finesse playing so close right here to the close right? And he's going to find one before he gets quickly traded.
I love it. The lineup there before they pop through the smoke. And they're actually going to wrap onto A. This is really cool. The wall, the block, the spawn, and they are going quick up to heaven. Meanwhile, they're stuck in tree. Victor will go up through the glass, but one more there. Crashes will get one. He'll get 2. That's the spike down in heaven. And the rotation difficult, but Nitro's through the window too. 2 versus 2. Hiko back through A main, so they've cleared that. That's space for them to go back and play the post.
And the door is now down. Caboose has to reload the clip. He's going to be able to take it down. But look, Hiko playing off-site. Hiko and Nitro, name a better combination in the post plant on A. This is what dreams are made of for 100 Thieves. Nitro playing close to the jump up. He's unfortunately in a little bit of a tougher smoke. Recon bolt makes things challenging as it falls onto the heavy shoulders of Mame versus Hiko. There's going to be a shock dart. He's up on the generator, hoping to garner some of the power from it. Ghost finds its mark, and Envy win the pistol. A big sigh of relief from Envy as they now have some momentum building into the second map.
Very well played from Mame there, smoking the bomb. Hiko trying to figure out, is he in the smoke? Is he about to tap the spike? And even if he does, I have to get close this distance, because I don't want to gamble on the shots to the smoke while he defuses. So caught in a moment of indecision, but Mame is on top of the generator anyways. Well played for Envy. A complete different start here, 1-0. And already some very fun stuff from 100 Thieves. I like the wraparound pistol, not something that I've quite seen too often. Won't probably see that on gun rounds, as the gimmicks are for pistols most of the time, but you never know.
I think 100 Thieves might learn that this A side is a little bit weaker. They find an initial pick onto Finesse. That's a little bit unfortunate. They stack up, take a little bit of damage. Now it's down to Hiko. He's still alive somehow, some way in this battle. Feels just like Showers last time. The control for A main.
The pinch. Pinch is coming quick, but they wipe out Shri and Cat and go right back towards A main. If that was timed slightly better, they would have been stuck between 4 players. The flash is good, and they retake A main. Nitro's left Hiko as well. And back up Cat. He does have Spike. So room potentially for him to maybe get that down. That's about the best he could do. That would be a win. Alarm bot down. He might get past, but with the spray, he's worried about crossing now with the top mid control that they have. Is he going to make it into sights? Time is starting to go away from him, though, because they're back in spawn, and crossing both of these now that Mame has entered the position is going to be nigh impossible.
Wait, but I like this. He smokes off. Try to get them to pull off from A, and see Victor doing his homework, making sure that he does all the math questions for that night. He goes back, checks the center of the map. There he is, Nitro down. There was an almost opportunity for him to pull to A, but they just had too much control in spawn.
Yeah, but Simo, it's not calculus. They've got map control top mid, they got map control spawn. The lines of sights are very easy for them. They know that he's trying to work his way towards B. Fragonometry is much more simple than actual math. It comes down to it. There's a nice setup from FNS on this side. Playing the Killjoy instead of the Sage. Ethan had words for him on Twitter after game number 1. He said that's the Sage diff. But they're all having fun with it no matter what. Eco. Asuna playing very passive on A lobby, which is actually given Victor and Crashies some space on this A main. I think they might have grabbed Orb. Now redroning through on Cats. They might end up making a play. All three are gathered in the garden, but no, they're just playing close to the door, close to A main, and we've seen the success of how that works in the last round with the flashes on both sides.
I like how Thieves are doing their homework, holding the tiles angle. Normally, you know, you'll have teams, even like Cloud9, I'm sure that they were used to, where you just have 2 players pushing through B main without a regard for the world. So they at least kind of do their early round homework. But now as they start to push in here for the defense, get a little bit of control for A main, they're punished quickly by Asuna. Still, Victor thinking about the repeat. He only has 1 flash left. He has to make sure that he uses it wisely. And the fact that the running back is coming through, the flash is going to be used on a clone. And it's quickly dissipated. Still, they may have stuff to push for now. 100 Thieves, they're looking to push forward. There's the flank here from Steel. He comes in from behind. Victor with the trade. He'll pick up the upgrade. Another pick from Mummy from the back site. That's going to at least stop 100 Thieves for now. But now, Victor with another pick from Tree. Things are coming so quick and easy. He's going to use that ultimate, push forward, get the intel, get those shots in. Finesse with the dink. Not enough for the frag as they're just pinched behind the dice, hoping to get lucky. Victor ready for the swing. Shots good onto 1. Down to 1 final player. There's the trade for Ethan. Ethan in a 1v1, and it's Victor with the 4K.
2 4Ks in a row for Victor. And on the gun round, Envy puts it up 3-0. A very solid execute from 100 Thieves, but the time is bought for Envy. The most important kill here was Victor onto Steel. If they continue to get space there, that would have been absolutely devastating. Then the Seekers to spot them and force them to stay played on site and at dice. They knew the situation. Everything is easy from there. You saw that default, how slow it was from 100 Thieves, and Envy was able to basically find out every time where they were going to play, what the pace was. The recon bolt, the trailblazer, the owl drone, so many times 100 Thieves is like, okay, it's time for us to move. Okay, it's time for us to play up. They're so oppressive on this A main. Victor's doing a great job. There's the owl drone on Cat also spawning. They're gonna push this stuff.
Yeah, push starts, but they're stopped because of the recon bolt, having to slow things down a little bit. You see Crashies, he was thinking about holding the tree room, but he backs away. Does not want to get swarmed here. Finesse, he's ready.
Everywhere they go, there's some sort of information collecting, and this time it's FNS's alarm bot. They don't get past him before he takes down 2 mummies in the back of sight with an operator as well, and he misses the shot though, so that gives them an opportunity here.
Uh-oh, he's in a lot of trouble here. They're pushing in, can't connect on the second. That's huge. They actually have an op back sight. Ethan's gonna pick that one up. Now the repeat here with the owl drone here is gonna be the peak here for Ethan to swing. Hunter's Fury from Hiko is not gonna let them in the front door. That's the shot. Good. One more, but he sees the cape. It's unfortunate for Ethan. Now the 1 sheriff for Steel down to the boost, has the angle. Here's the nano swarm. There's the boost. There's the frag. It's the tag. Overshot's good. The butt jump peek. The paint shells. And it's down to the 1v1. Things have slowed down. Steel has it all to do, but Caboose cleans things up.
Very close round. That was an eco over 100 Thieves, and it comes down to Caboose in 1 versus 1. They do pick back up the operator. I may not able to get anything with it. Ethan did get something done with it. Steel eventually had that. Thought for a moment we were going to see Bogdan's Law in action, but no. 4-0 for Envy. So we flipped the script from Bind. I like the idea there from 100 Thieves to kind of force their way up towards Cat. Really make it look like we're about to hit Cat through the drone of crashes, through the recon bolt too, and then switching directions. But even still, FNS hangs on inside of Market with his alarm bot. And every time it feels like they know what's coming. Well,
that's an unfortunate flash. I don't know if it was Victor that flashed. Boost doesn't matter. Blast packs in, finds Ascent, and that is a player down. It's important. That's the Phoenix out of commission on the gun round here for 100 Thieves. A round that they hope to convert on. 2 ultimates in the pocket. Resurrection if they can get Ascent back to safety. That's exactly what they intend to do. And the lockdown here as well. They're going to partner these together with the run it back. If they decide to res him, they will. They're going to commit their ultimates this round to secure a site.
Important res. He pointed it out. He has run it back. With him back in the action, they can play it. Smokes are coming out right now with 40 seconds. That, especially with the lockdown now. That tells them what's coming. Counter lockdown. Mame is going to fight through it too. They're going to push this. They're going to push this. They're falling back at the same time. I'm not sure what's going on. Austin is going to be
30
stuck.
seconds left.
And so is FNS. Is this happening again? I feel like I've seen this round. Okay, lockdown's destroyed, actually. So he goes for it. He's going to catch FNS. He's gone. Sights open. 4 versus 4, though. He's going to go for more.
Oh, wow. What a shot from Mame. Still 4 members strong here from MV 100 Thieves. They've managed to get the site, but at what cost? 2 ultimates, and then having now to re-push. Here's the shot here. Good for Eco. Crashes on site. Kabusto. Once again, we're in a 1v1 recon bolt. Spots him out, and the swing is good for Eco.
Got his second nade so fast there. I was so scared for a moment. But Hiko puts him on the board. 4-1. Very chaotic rounds. But 100 Thieves apparently thrives in chaos. That situation, FNS with the lockdown, they dive for it. Asuna gets it down. Meanwhile, his team is like running back. Kind of, is he gonna get it? I'm not sure. If he didn't get it and they weren't gone, they would have gotten detained in any case. He also rushes down FNS, so well done from Asuna. Nerves of steel in that situation. Don't forget the timing too on that round. 40 seconds left. Still going very aggressively with Ethan here on B main. He's already going to clear out logs and might even peek for more, but with the smoke out, quite sure how he plays this. It's just pistols on the other side for Envy. They've got a deep mid setup with Cat as well. Nitro to receive it though.
Back away. Unfortunately, they back away. A little bit mistimed. 2 players now dropping down to Broza as they try to scout out where those Cat players may have been. And they're going to be looking to repeak. I think there's a couple of birds left still too, but that doesn't quite matter if you're just going to peek in a flawless. Absolutely disgusting for 100 Thieves, but now we'll see Envy be able to buy up in the round to follow.
Yeah, just an eco round. I like the idea from Envy, but on the escape, that's the difficulty of trying to play in the bottom of mid. As they helped Caboose get out, they end up losing Mame, and that smoke's gone. And on the eco, smokes can end up being the difference between you getting a couple of kills or not. Also like Asuna's positioning there, right in between mid and also Cat, as Nitro's peeking it, so you can help on both sides. Back to the gun round. Victor does have his Seekers once again. Oh, Mame. Ouch.
They are farming these orbs. Asuna, they really want to capitalize on run it back, and makes sense on the attacking half, right? It's orb priority here for the attack, so he gets the second one. He's gonna have run it back again, and he used it like 2 rounds ago.
You get a kill first. And they're gonna be working mid. Take out the alarm bot, at least. That's the goal right now for Nitro and Asuna, is to clear that out. Probably a smoke top mid. That forces them to maybe play towards spawn or potentially also play in towards the main, but it is going to be towards spawn with the turret taking contact. Yep, they fall off. There's an ult back site right now. Crashes is there to break it though, so it should get canceled. Yep.
Spike down B.
trades though. They finally make it onto site. The door was not going to be there to stop him. Despite the smoke there, Asena's got to be careful. Doesn't anticipate him on the stairs. That's 2 for the Phoenix main. Now just all up to Caboose and Mummy. Caboose is down. The operators back towards the spawn, and Nitro will clean things up. 100 Thieves trail by 1.
What is that from Asuna? This guy, unreal. And it won't be a complete script flips. 100 Thieves make everything work, both on the anti-eco and next gun round. So a much closer game than Bind so far. And Envy will have to eco once again. You remember that one round that came down. The last member against Hiko. This is the result of that. A lot of ecos, but Victor on A main, he finds one. Ethan trades on the other side of the map, so situation's still even. Never mind. Aggro play on B gets stuffed once again. Still Ethan Nitro now gonna work. Cat and Crash, he's okay. I like it.
That's actually 2 players down. I don't quite know where Asuna fell. Maybe towards the Crashy's peak from Cat towards Tiles. He might have been able to find Asuna peeking there. So a 3v3 on the eco. Possibility here within the realm for Envy. As the orb does get farmed. Steel. Or I think that was the res that came back. They're going to get Asuna back up. 50 seconds left. Steel is down. That's Nitro back into the fray. Oh boy. Things are getting scary here for 100 Thieves.
That was terrifying. In fact, that shock dart I thought was going to get a lot of damage done onto Ethan. Their case right now, everything is all over the place right now. Crashes is deep down A main, and he has a Phantom. If they're not ready, no gun out. Yep, there it is. Spike down in a second. That's it. He goes up. Cat left all by himself. 15 seconds to play with, and he's going to have to save. Envy will come up with the thrifty.
10 seconds left.
Drop down. Swing from Victor. Crashy's no doubt looking to push low cat. Pico already out of view. Shots good for Crashy's. Really the MVP of that round. I think he finds the pick. He swings A main onto Asuna. Then he goes back to Cat, finds the pick onto Nitro. Then he picks up a Phantom at some point throughout all of this. And he finds so much value here as he pushes through a lobby. Well done. Puts NV2 up.
Very difficult to deal with. Two-sided pushes. Both sides of the map are like, they're pushing B main. Either case, that ends up causing chaos. I also have to point out Caboose's one pat bond to steal that got him a Phantom as well. Envy back in the driving seats. There's a flash. He gets information and does not get too aggressive, thankfully for him, because there was 300 Thieves members waiting for him. There's going to be an ult pop for Hiko. No tags just yet. Maybe one on the tree. Meanwhile, Crashes was popped 4 down mid.
Oh, this is a big shock dart. It's going to get a little bit of value. Fortunately, nobody gets tagged somehow. You surely think Crashy's now in a lot of trouble. They start to funnel through. Can't convert onto the second. That's a free sight for 100 Thieves. That's Caboose. Still back sight, though, as they now funnel in through the smoke. A quick flurry of trades. Mummy's got it all, but he's detained. Down to Hiko, and they see one. That's the player detained. Mummy's now just trying to walk away. He's crab walking, and he's good to go. Now the recon bolt, still a player gonna be pushing in from behind. Finesse. Another round for Envy.
What a deep lockdown, my goodness. I wonder if that was a audible call there from Steel. He's just like, yep, let me put this down in the corner. Wall down in mid. It's been a staple for 100 Thieves. Usually, though, it comes with a split through B main as well. This time, not. All 4 going through there. Hiko lurking deep back up. Cat. Not enough time for him to join in and catch. Was it Mame who's detained? 3-6. Getting close to the end of the half. In that Molly, this time no Mame to end up sitting it with an operator. It is a gun round still. Drone going all the way through. Asuna trying to get his potential last ult of the half online.
their first round with A main control, and Caboose, not only does he find two, it's with multiple pieces of utility. Finesse holds them off from A main, just down to Nitro. As a masterful hold comes through for Envy. Finesse with 3, plays the cheeky 50 angle on the right outside arches. Good round for Envy.
They're starting to roll. They really are starting to roll with the momentum right here. Boom bot plus showstopper kill, and he's back in time also to throw another nade in where FNS is already lining him up. Doesn't even need it. 100 Thieves with a very fast round. And they might look to do the same thing. There is going to be a slow for Ethan that he's known to throw. Victor will have to back off and can't take the angle there once again. You can push in front of that, which is why Austin is clearing it now. It's going to be the old pass to slow, or if he gets one. There's still 2 in the site, though. I don't know if they expect that.
Do they expect him close? Okay. He does get dealt with. A little too close for comfort. He does find Ethan as they push him, but there's a blaze wall. The dog just goes right through a paranoia. So many flashes to stop them from pushing in. Feels incredibly annoying if you're the attack, but now it's just Ascent just left on his lonesome. They're gonna rotate off, and it's up to the last 2 members. They might be a little late. He manages to slow walk his way out. For sure thought he was gonna play contact for the people rotating over towards A, but with this paranoia, breaks the glass too. Got control of the site.
Out of charges. Revealing area.
Nanoswarms pop. They're going to get it down.
Spike planted.
They've lost Asuna, though, on the rotates as he tried to make his way out of B main. Once again, there will be a lockdown here. Hiko's still up, but only 1 shock dart. So they might try to fight for it. Nanoswarm in the backside, but very difficult for them to actually make it through. Yeah, they're going to have to fall back into main. No Nano, though.
The start. There's just too many members here from Envy. There's just too much. And it must be so challenging for 100 Thieves. Wait a second. Wait a second. That guy, I was ready to write that one off. I was like, whoa, okay, yeah, they got it, but hot damn. That did some damage, but you know, Envy's fine. You know, I surely thought that, you know, 100 Thieves had a little bit more of an easier time getting onto that B site. Got the slow orb, pushed them back. But just so much utility from Envy. You could see what they were trying to do on Bind is finally working here. Not allowing the control to come through. Just consistently using all of their utility to stop the pushes and slow things down to where Thieves don't have any more utility left to use.
Ooh. If they're going to drone or dog this. Hiko is here. Oh, I like it. Flash him out to get out of line. They leave FNS there. No movement for him to get out either, though. So they're going to play this for sure until the end. Caboose will fight against it. It could have an inkling of that happening because of the flash, but I'm not quite sure, especially after seeing Caboose as the trade goes on. Top mid and cat.
There's the peek. Can he find 2? No. Ethan does quickly trade him out. Nitro trying to TP to get a little bit more value. There's going to be the Hunter's Fury from Crashies. Unfortunately, the Resurrection still manages to get through. And now, Asuna can heal himself up for 70 HP. Now they're going to start to back away. He's going to stay here, but this is slowly starting to slip away from Envy's hands. 2 members remain, and it's going to be a challenging battle remaining. 4 players strong, now barreling down the middle. Victor can try to hold him off for now. A couple of pre-fire shots. The Hunter's Fury used to push Victor back, but Crashes is in a prime position, finds one. Nitro quick on the responses. It's just down to Victor. 1v3, that's 1 down. Has the possibility here with a dog and a bird in his pocket. Finds another! Victor! Nitro down to the 1v1. He's trying to bait the plant. He doesn't have time. Victor just needs to wait. Now the plant's starting to come through. Nitro has to stick it. It's good. Now the 1v1, the swing. Victor! Are you kidding me?
What is that for Victor? I thought after the flash where he got both of them, but didn't even take one down. He was gonna lose that for sure, but Asna peeks out of it. The other player's running down lane to try to get in. He makes it count. So we have flipped the scoreline from behind. 1 versus 3 for Victor. Unbelievable. Also, the patience from him to kind of not give up where he's at. He could have been walking lane. He could have been walking downstairs. If he popped the Trailblazer to potentially try to force Nitro off the plant there. That might have been giving away a little bit too much information. Victor makes it count. That was ridiculous. Unbelievable.
I'll find
Now moving on to the second half. See what 100 Thieves can do. Expecting the same utility usage from Envy. Nitro gets close, but they're unfortunately flashed. Oh, it's an absolute bloodbath. Now the hot hands to make things work. They've got control of the spike. This is a nightmare scenario for Envy. Mame at least finds one, but the run and gun is too much fun. Asuna with the dub.
Round number 1 going there in favor of 100 Thieves because of that wonderful duel. Both Nitro and Asuna. This is something that they've added to their repertoire since Asuna switched on to Phoenix. Been these flashing fights, both in A main and B main there. Whereas prior, it was mostly just a slow nade combination. They also wall them off from tiles, by the way. As soon as they realize, oh, it's mostly all stacking towards B. Like, yeah, we'll just keep you guys trapped.
Careful.
Slow around here. They can't get through the smoke quite yet. Kind of worried on what's on the other side, especially given what we just saw in the pistol round. They go for it anyways, line up. The different angles and then clear it. Free smoke from Nitro now down. They're going to flash through this and go.
Nitro's in. Whoa!
One enemy remaining.
These people have
Spikes down.
parents, families. My goodness. Oh my. Asuna. That was hardly PG. Hardly.
Those first 3 kills came faster than it was just like in a flash. Looked like he collided all of them. What a spray down. And that's 2 in a row now. They've gone B. They're gonna be like, yeah, no, maybe B's not the play. They edged their way closer after that first half loss. And it's pistols. Only a pistol for Steel, actually. Sorry. That's what I'm looking at. I'm like, wait. 100 Thieves just won both of those rounds. Still on the sheriff. Boston is going to get a lot of information here. He spots both of them on a default right now. But because of the heavy presence on B main, I think that Envy realized that. And FNS has made the call for them to go up mid. Yes, Victor. He finds the timing and takes down Asna. Now they're trapped in B main.
Spike down.
Oh, but that's spiked down. No. They find the spike in A lobby. You see Envy starting to double back.
Yeah, but it's
Steel alongside Ethan. That's the wall up as well. They're going to break things through. There's the slow orb not letting them in. But Victor, pay attention. Coming right through the spawn. Right through the site. Are you anticipating the Victor factor? You're not. That's the 3K. And that's the A site secured.
yeah. Not quite sure what Hiko and Nitro were doing on the other side of the map as well. I'm not. Maybe they didn't spot the spike. They must have, because Steel got the 1-tap on it. So either case, Victor with the flank. No information there gathered from them in spawn either. I think Hiko's trying to help Nitro get out of B main. Remember, he was stuck there with Victor kind of trapping them off. Still 2 versus 4. I think it's going to be exits. Yep, Nitro's already stopping. Hiko's not even pushing forward even more. Oh, maybe it will. Definitely want to save the guns, though. Would be the bonus from them. In either case, so. Just exits, and this will hurt. These exits will hurt if you're Envy, if you don't give them too much. Thankfully, they don't. 4K again for Victor. Nitro will back off. Yeah, and they're not pushing it. They're not pushing the issue. Okay, there we go. The ace. The 5K for Victor.
Victor's on another level. He is.
money
He's
like?
come online. He's come online.
Yeah, yes. I mean, both him and Ascent in the last 3 rounds that we've watched. This beginning of the second half has been fantastic from both of them.
Yeah.
Very curious what's the money like now for Envy. Okay, they've got weapons, yeah, all across the board, and really not utility missing either. So the gun save, they're able to drop at least enough for them to get a full buy on.
That is crucial. Avoids the owl drone as he pops out here. It's going to be a bloodbath, and yep, exactly, perfectly timed. I don't even have time to finish a sentence if that round is over. That was very well played from 100 Thieves. You know, they had the support from Cat. Ascent was ready to push in, but it's key that the drone did not spot him out, and he had a lot of time to work with. If those players on Cat fell, he would have swung through and still found and capitalized on those players pushing through.
One thing to note there, if Envy did their homework yesterday for 100 Thieves, was the way that 100 Thieves was pushing in mid was always with Asuna on Cat. They were taking advantage of a smoke that was being thrown down there.
Revealing area.
This time they switched up and go towards mid, so that definitely can catch opponents off guard if you're reading too much into the setups. Cat, there's Victor. Can he get away? Yes, he's gone.
So weird seeing Steel op. I just have to be the one to say it. Just gotta be the guy.
Yeah.
Might be in a little bit of trouble here. Does find one that's a weapon upgrade. If Steel has something to say about it, sees the drone, sees the players, and now still Mame getting up close and personal. There's the swing though. Should be pretty standard. Still one does end up falling. They'll pick up the op.
Looked like Caboose blew himself up there. I don't know.
Yeah.
And they close the gap. 10-7. 3 rounds in between them. And be getting close. That difference also what they need to close out the game. So we'll figure it out. Steel's got a lockdown. Austin's got to run it back. They might actually pop this quick onto short. Nitro's there. He could paranoia late with a run it back. And Hiko potentially throwing a darts. No. Yeah, here it is. There's a flash as well. Austin's gonna go. And that's it. The Seeker's pushing him right back and doesn't get anything from it.
Just tag Victor though, down to 30. And Goose lost a little armor, lost a little HP. Asuna does take a little bit of damage as well, but he's gonna heal things back up. Hiko just sending pre-fire shots to the smoke. Ness has been waiting in the mid side for a majority of all of this, but he's not deep. He's not in, you know, a super powerful position, but he's potentially waiting for some sort of swing towards Cat. That's not going to happen though. You're going to play passive on A for 100 Thieves.
They do have Mame with the spike and from the shadow, so they could fake here, show spike, show presence at least, and ult back over towards A if that's the possibility. But both teams aware of the ults. That counter from Envy on Asuna's run it back. It's insta-seekers from Victor, so they knew that it was a possibility. Same thing here if they do end up ulting back, but they won't. 4 people here. Full investment.
Oh no, the showstopper. That's so unfortunate. There was a needle and it definitely wasn't threaded. Quick trade here, Omen for Omen, but Steel with the op continues to light it up. The spike's gonna TP over to A. It's got a little bit of a surprise factor here, but still you've got 2 players coming in. The spike now down. Eco, there's the swing, finds one. He can put himself in a little bit of a different position as Nitro is gonna pause here. He's gonna wait for the rest of the team to arrive. All through heaven. This is gonna push Mame forward. He has really no choice because if he plays this quite standard, he's gonna be in a tougher spot. This is gonna be huge action. There's gonna be Steel on the jump up spot, but he's got it. Steel with the op has been a very interesting experiment for 100 Thieves, but it seems to be working. Like I'm not complaining. It's
let's just say at this point it's not an experiment, right? Like we all have to just get over it. That and the Bucky from Steel. We just have to get over it. It's going to be there. And let's be honest, it hasn't been all. It's been pretty good for 100 Thieves. They're able to pull it out at a moment's notice, which keeps them having the threat. It's not necessarily you know, a Shazam with an op, where the threat is always there, but it can come out and you have to be ready for it.
Deploying drone.
Jack of all guns. It's definitely what I would call Steel. Play any weapon. Comfortable with any weapon as we see his perspective here. There's the peek and Jack of all weapons. What do you want me to say? The swing out to Mame. It is an eco round though as Nitro finds another potential for 100 Thieves to keep us within one. There's 3 members left for Envy.
So interesting here. Steel is opping on the main spot, but both Ethan and Nitro are able to rotate into him very fast. So if you're wondering, like, oh, he's not Jet, he can't get away down lane if they end up pushing him and they're playing really close. No, he's got teammate help. That's how you cover the gaps. Victor with just the Sheriff and the Spike. Nitro's low. Doesn't quite make it work though.
Careful.
Well, Finesse
How's
is
he got
another
here?
player. I don't know how he got here. Finds one. 100 Thieves have to be a little bit more cautious, but there's still 2 players on A. Finesse is not
30
completely
seconds left.
free of this lurk that he's developed. Still, Envy will funnel and barrel over towards A. Got Asuna and Hiko here. Asuna's down, but Hiko will be able to at least hold the line. A player from up above. Things are a little bit more doable now on this eco for Envy. There's the lockdown, going to at least delay them for now. That means these have to push in. There's one. There's the shot onto the lockdown, but Crashes with the Guardian will not be guarding much. As 100 Thieves secure round number 9. A couple of love
No
taps.
charges left.
Merry Christmas.
They're getting closer. 1 round difference, and 100 Thieves does not look like they're out of tricks whatsoever. 2 rounds ago, it was the wall from Ethan that we've seen in prior games, but it continues to have massive success. This time, they get the timing down, even though they leave the gap for FNS to find some room in to spawn through tree. And there will be a timeout, must be from Envy, but we're not quite sure. So, what do you do here? How do you play this? Crashes has to hold his ult for Steel's defensive lockdown. Steel is still opping. Where is he this time? He's on A. Nitro is playing in a position once again to help him if they do end up pushing him, so he can get away.
There's also not much left in the tank for Envy. No ultimates. And like you highlighted, Crashies can only use that ultimate to stop the lockdown. That means that within the next few rounds, they have to try to work with the utility that they're given, because the showstopper is going to get space. You know, the ultimate from Victor is going to get space, but you don't have that for a while.
Eyes up.
There is an op for Mame. That might be the counter. We saw the attacking op start to work from him. He's opping towards Cat, where Steel has been known to peek. Instead,
Swarm grenade out.
no smoke on A main. That might actually give the idea that Steel's here already, but this is a shot anyways, and they are playing careful and cautious. Here's the flash from Asuna. Yes, he's going to take out Crashies, and he's stuck on his lonesome. Victor not able to help him whatsoever. That is quick. FNS peeking on the other side as well, into where Nitro is, and Steel.
Smoke. Good smoke, but now Steel is smoked off from Nitro. Nitro's all alone here. Sees one. That's an easy frag for him on the swing. It's 2 for Nitro. Then for good measure, through the smoke, Steel has joined him. Down to just Mame and Victor. Mame with the op, but Victor's all the way over to Tiles.
Enemy remaining.
Unfortunate as he gets caught on the timing swing, and Victor now with 72 HP. 100 Thieves looking to tie. Unless we see some insane Victor plays, which we've seen quite a bit. But a 1v5, probably the most challenging feat in Valorant, as he gets cooked alive by the refrigerator. Not going to be keeping ice cold quite yet.
All tied up. Would you look at this? A 9-3 half from Envy. And so far, only 1 round. 7-1 on this half for 100 Thieves.
Enemy remaining.
Looking much like their defense on Bind. Things are gelling. Absolutely. A spot in the grand finals awaits them. Just a few more rounds. Here's another peek from Ethan with Ascent down below and Steel. This is going to be so hard. There's the smoke, but it doesn't matter. Ethan's got one. One tap's long range. ADS through the smoke. Oh no, Ascent through as well. Try to cook him again. They've got full mid control. 10 seconds into the round, Sima, and now Mame and Crashes are left to go on a Hail Mary push into A.
They're pushing in, but even with Nitro, and he's got a dart right in his forehead, he still manages to survive. Crashes just trying to salvage some weapons, but Ascent comes in from behind. Man, I'm waiting for the YouTube videos. 100 Thieves versus Envy breakdown. Like, this was really cool to see all the different tricks they have, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I think it's all around this stage. The amount of positions that Ethan is able to not only put himself in, but utilize the slow orb in tandem with any player. Nitro on the flash, Suno on the flash, Steel on the peak, and then back off to Ethan. Ethan's been such a pivotal factor, I think, for success here for 100 Thieves.
I'm waiting for the comms video, just so I can see what Hiko's saying when he's kissing the last player there with his owl drone. Still same angle, he didn't get any value out of it because of the smoke last time, and he gets smoked off again this time. A little deeper. Shot there as Asuna with you run it back through. He gets shut down, and Hiko goes down too. Nitro trades though, still a 3 versus 3. This round's still doable for Envy. Yeah, maybe never mind.
I mean, Caboose was low. What do you expect from Caboose? Uh-oh, Nitro, he does spot one. Fortunately, it's Mame all the way over towards B. Doesn't get spotted, and there's no utility there to spot him out. Crash is just trying to find some additional value as he manages to push through the wall, push through the tree, but pushes his own death to the limit. Now it's just down to Mame. Has everything. Ooh. Smoke in 20. Another smoke looking towards spawn. Got a good angle, but they're not coming that way, and that's a problem. They even get the res. He knows where they are now. This is a challenging hold.
Yeah, I like that he gets into spawn, but even the ult into the back of sight as well. Nitro can start defusing at a moment's notice. He still has to deal with 2 owl drone out. He can't TP away. Ethan will take him down, and Mame, unfortunately, is not going to be able to make it work. We've got match point for 100 Thieves. We've got series points. And a grand finals berth waiting for 100 Thieves if they pull off one more. But we've got 2 more rounds of regulation. And Envy does have at least enough money for rifles, so they need Victor to turn up. They need Caboose to be there too, and the lurks from FNS. Crashes has to be there. They're going for it again. Same boost. Nobody else to follow up though, so I'm guessing that he's going to want to do this a little bit later. If he does, though, he'll
kind
be
of
stuck.
within the vicinity. Steel's around, but yeah, you're right. He's not that far. He does have peek here from Eco. Ascent towards Cat if they do decide to go through it, but now that Nitro is starting to feel a little bit of pressure, it's going to be a little bit problematic. Now the Hunter's Fury to try to stop them from pushing forward. Nitro in a really good spot, but Caboose pushes the smoke now. The rest of 100 Thieves have to react. Recon bolt in, spots one, but that's spiked down, unfortunately. Roomba not going to spot anybody out. Ascent ready, there's a player close right, he sees him, but it's Victor! Ethan with the pinch on the opposite front. Caboose trying to figure out where is everybody else. Now he has it all to do. The shot's good, finds 2. What a conversion. Just down to Hiko. 1v2. Doesn't have a recon bolt for 10 seconds, but time is of the essence. Here's the first swing. Sees one player behind the generator. The only thing he's producing is a dub for Envy.
One more round, a roller coaster. As we go from Envy stopping in the first half to 100 Thieves stopping suddenly. And now, the final round to hold on for Envy for series life. For a chance at the top 2 guaranteed for them. 3 rounds now. Ethan's going to go for it. Thankfully for Envy. I think they realize potentially a weakness on this A side now that Asuna hasn't really been playing on the A main. It's been Nitro in the site, and they completely nullified him there. Knowing that he likes to play within the smokes. He's got the op though this time, and he falls. Okay, an opening. 2 players building tree. Asuna's gonna go through. He's gone too. Rico left alone. He's gonna try to fall off and make sure that he maintains his life so that they can play this retake. Ethan swinging though fast.
I've got your trail.
Yes. slowly falling apart here for 100 Thieves. This potential for an overtime is on the horizon. Eco takes a shock dart damage, takes another one. Crashy sends him in steal here with the secondary op that occurred this round. Boost. I don't know where you were looking, Steel. Maybe you thought he was flying to the refrigerator. But we're in overtime. We're in overtime.
OT. I can't believe we made it here. 2-9-3 halves. I guess we've seen this before, Simo. We've been in this position. It was 100 Thieves versus 10G. 10-2 halves to 10-2 halves. And if it ends up anything like that, we're in for a ride of overtimes here. Win by 2 is the criteria. And we switch sides, 100 Thieves back on attack. Surprisingly, you said we're seeing all these tricks from 100 Thieves on defense. We didn't see all of their tricks on this attack side, even though they won it. They were just winning it cleanly. We did see this duel constantly on A main, and that's where it's heading right away. Ascent versus Victor, but the whole team is behind him.
Ooh, I like the hot hands because it doesn't follow up with the guiding light right away. It's a little bit delayed, whereas normally the timing was Roomba, guiding light, swing. That's delayed due to the hot hands. Now the dog does come through, but 100 Thieves have only one player left here on the main side. Everyone else is pushed up through the middle. This is a little bit uncommon from 100 Thieves, other than the split that they had on the initial pistol. This time the split is to wall off from spawn. Mame has to hold on to the side here. Finesse is alongside him on the opposite side towards lane. Does find the first pick. Sees the barrel of steel shots. Good. Down to just 3 here for 100 Thieves. Ascent in a tough spot. Wall goes up so he doesn't allow the push in through lane. On the opposite side sits Mame. There's going to be the alarm bot that spots him out. As Envy are in firm control here. Despite that wall, that spike is not going to be planted. Unless you see a couple of heroics. Crashies does see Ascent pop through. Flawless does come through. It's a flawless round for Envy. They could take us to map 3 after this next round.
Match point.
Advantage Envy. And like the last couple of rounds showed us, they're hungry. They've turned this match up a notch. The speed is insane. In the last 3 rounds, there's the A pushes that brought them here. And this time, might be an A push again, but no, it's going to be slower. Defaults that we've seen Victor and FNS over towards B main. Aggro here from Ascent and Ethan, though. And they'll get a little wine set up.
Problem is that Victor is not here. Whereas normally the fast pushes are built around Victor. He's got those guiding lights. He sends those dogs in. It's a lot of value from that. The fact that Nitro is not on A and the spike is slowly starting to move over to A, this means 100 Thieves have a solid chance of holding this push. They're actually pushing aggressively. Caboose finds one on the first, can convert onto the second right before Ascent does find another. Seiko now in a little bit of trouble, does get spotted by the Alodrome. Communication says, hey, he's got the bow and arrow shots. Good. Finds him. Down to 2 here for 100 Thieves. The precipice for another map is here. It's finally here for Envy. Shock darts in. Paint shells in. Shots in. Still 2 players haven't quite made their presence known quite yet. That's going to be the door down now here for Steel. Has the option of pushing through the tree, but Nitro push up through heaven. Will they go together? Yes, they will. Unfortunately, you're too slow. I'm going to take the advantage, Caboose says, as he jumps on up with the showstopper. Just down to Steel. And Finesse, the mirrored Killjoy, will take care of him, dispatch him back to the graveyard, and we're in for a treat for map 3.
We are. OT round, and Caboose gets his showstopper online, and that's what clinches it all. Will he get 1 OT, but still, what a game. These guys are putting on a show. Have to give props to both sides of that because it was just so much fun, no matter which side we were on, even as we got into OT. Definitely still some nail-biter rounds.
Yeah, it went down to the wire. You know, Envy did start off on kind of like the better foot, especially with how they won some of the first earlier rounds. Once 100 Thieves got to the defense, they slowly started to claw their way through. And we saw a lot of interesting things from them. I think we're going to see a little bit even more once we move into more higher stakes matches, once we get to kind of the regional finals, etc. You'll probably see a lot more come out of them from Ascent. that's not where we're headed to next. We're going to be heading over to Haven for our last and final map. Before that, though, a short break. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back.